So I get this question all the time. People are asking me, Eli, where should I live if I'm moving to Charlotte? Should I live on the north part of Charlotte or in the south part of Charlotte? That answer coming right up. My name is Eli Magids, and I'm a real estate advisor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the surrounding suburbs, including South Carolina, specializing in luxury homes and new home construction. But more importantly, I am your realtor with heart. I'm not here to try and sell you a house. I'm here to help you find a home and a lifestyle that you and your family are gonna love, whether it's North Charlotte, South Carolina. If you think that you and I are a good fit, I would love to hear from you. My contact information is down below. If you want to help me out, please give me a thumbs up. Please go down to the red button and subscribe. And as always, if you stay tuned to the very end of this video, I'm going to give you a free online guide talking about everything about Charlotte and the different neighborhoods and schools, but you got to stay tuned to the very end. So I get calls essentially on a daily basis from people around the country, some people around the world, asking me where they should live. It's a very, very difficult question for me to answer. Many determining factors based on what your situation is. What I'm going to attempt to do in this video is tell you the differences I see in the north and in the south. Now, when I'm talking about North Charlotte, not only am I talking about straight up north from the center city up north, but it's over the Charlotte line, over into a different county. And the same thing with South. South is going to be South Charlotte. It's going to go back into another county, and it's going to be even into another state. And I'm considering that South Charlotte. So please no comments and telling me, well, that's not really in Charlotte. I'm telling you straight out, some of these places are not really in Charlotte. They are suburbs of Charlotte. But for the sake of this video, north is straight up from uptown Charlotte, south straight back down from uptown Charlotte. Here we go. So depending on where you're working is going to play a large part on whether you're going to end up living in the north part of Charlotte or the south part of Charlotte. If you are now telecommuting, meaning you're working from home, it's not going to make much of a difference. So the distance to get to uptown Charlotte is not going to matter, right? Now, of course, as you go further north, it's going to take longer. Mooresville is going to take you longer than if you live in Huntersville. All you have to do is take a look at a map and determine which one is closest for you. South Charlotte, same thing. North Charlotte, the shopping. So if you live in the Huntersville area, Cornelius area, Davidson area, most of the shopping is going to be located in the Huntersville area. The major shopping is going to be Birkdale Village, where a lot of people hang out. They've got restaurants and things to do. Sam Furr Road is a lot of shopping. And each one of these towns has shopping all around it in small shopping centers. As you go further north, kind of up into the Mooresville area, things become a little bit more spread out. Now, there is plenty of shopping, but it may take you a little bit longer to get there. And next to Mooresville, if you go across 77 to the other side of Mooresville, is a town called Denver. It is also a really nice area, but it's going to take you a little bit of time to get right to shopping. South Charlotte, you've got a lot of shopping as well, and depending on where you live, they're shopping in South Park, they're shopping at the Park Road Shopping Center in the Arboretum in Waverly, Ray Farms. They're shopping over in Ballantyne, it's huge. I think there's more shopping opportunities in the south part of Charlotte and even going into South Carolina, because South Carolina is right on the borderline. I think there's more shopping opportunities in South Charlotte than there are in North Charlotte. That's not to say that North Charlotte is not built up, because it is. There's tons of stuff there. But I think that there's more in South Charlotte. When you look at the sheer number of towns in North Charlotte to live in versus South Charlotte and everything that goes along with the suburbs, like I said before, I think you have more opportunity in the south part of Charlotte. Again, now in North Charlotte, you've got Huntersville, you've got Cornelius, you've got Davidson, you've got Mooresville, you've got Denver, and you've got small towns all around. In the south part of Charlotte, you've got the south part of Charlotte. You've got Union County, which is huge. You've got Waxhaw and Weddington and Marvin. And then you've also got Mint Hill, you've got Fort Mill, you've got Indian Land, you've got Ballantyne. I think you have more of a variety. You have more choices. There's more housing in the south part of Charlotte versus the north part of Charlotte. Now let's talk about schools. If you need schools, it means you probably have kids, right? Unless you're going back to school. Schooling is going to be very dependent on what you're looking for your child. Now, my kid goes to a middle school that is rated a 6 out of 10. And we're happy with it, like he's doing well, but some people want their kid to go to a 10 out of 10 school. That is your prerogative. So the schools, if you're looking up on greatschools.org or any of those sites like niche.com or schooldigger.com, and you go through all the schools in the north part of Charlotte, including all the suburbs, and the south part of Charlotte, I think that you will find more highly rated schools based on those websites in the south part of Charlotte and into South Carolina and into Union County. Now, North Charlotte, there are certain school districts that are phenomenal, hands down, as good as anything in the South Charlotte, Union County, South Carolina area. They're just less choices. So if those schools are important to you, it's going to narrow down your focus to a certain couple of areas and a certain couple of neighborhoods in the North Charlotte area. And it's also going to kind of limit you in the South Charlotte area. South Charlotte area, North Charlotte area, no matter where you are, there's going to be a lot of competition for the homes that are in the highly rated school districts. I just think that there are more choices in the south part of Charlotte and the suburbs versus the north part of Charlotte and the suburbs. Now, in my estimation, in my feel, I believe that North Charlotte is going to be less expensive housing-wise as opposed to the South Charlotte area and the suburbs. Now, the North Charlotte area, again, is going to include some very, very pricey real estate. You know, you've got homes in Davidson, which are probably amongst the most expensive in all the Charlotte area. And you've got Cornelius, which are amongst the most expensive. And then you have some less expensive areas. Now, it's all very neighborhood specific, but I think in general, there's going to be a higher cost down south than there is up north. Now, both places have neighborhoods that are very, very expensive, but you're going to find probably more less expensive neighborhoods in the north part of Charlotte than you will in the south part. And let's talk about building a new house. Whether North Charlotte is the place for you or South Charlotte. Essentially, the same national home builders are building North Charlotte and they're building South Charlotte. So if there's one particular builder that you like, you're going to be able to build a house north or south, same builders. Even the builders that I love, like Classica, they have neighborhoods in the north and they have neighborhoods in the south. Now, if you want a custom build, it's not going to matter because the builder's going to come to you. Whether it's north or south, we just have to find the right lot for you. Now, the big difference between north and south is the fact that Lake Norman is up north. If you want lake access, if you want to live on the lake, if you want to be near the water, Lake Norman is huge. It encompasses a huge amount of territory from Mooresville and the Point all the way over to Denver, all the way down to Huntersville and Cornelius. Lake Norman is a major, major draw for people who want that lifestyle up for the north part of Charlotte. South Charlotte has Lake Wylie. South Carolina has Lake Wylie. Now, Lake Wylie is also a very beautiful place to live. However, there is no comparison between the two lakes as far as real estate is concerned. If you're looking for high-end luxury homes, if you're looking for fancy schmancy, if you're looking to be near the lake is Lake Norman. Lake Wylie is a smaller lake. Lake Norman, bigger lake. The big attraction for North Charlotte is if you want to live near the lake or on the lake. South Charlotte does not have that feel. So neighborhoods that surround it, like Cornelius, are pricey. Neighborhoods like the Peninsula, neighborhoods like the Point. Those are very fancy schmancy, expensive neighborhoods, and you're not getting that lifestyle anywhere south if it involves the lake. So that's the big difference between the two, north and south, is at Lake Norman. If you like that lifestyle, if you want to have a boat, if you want to be by the lake, if that's your thing, if you're retiring and you want to be by the lake, then you can go to Lake Norman, and that will be probably the place for you. Nothing compares to Lake Norman, and that's the biggest differentiator that I see between North and South Charlotte. Now, another major differentiator is if you want to live in a college town. So like if you want to live in Davidson by Davidson College, which is a college town, which is kind of one of the most expensive areas of Charlotte, then there's no choice. You're going to go to Davidson, you're going to fall in love. So where do I sell most of my homes? I'd say 70% are probably in the south part of Charlotte, from uptown Charlotte down south through South Carolina and Union County, and about 30% up in the north area, up in the Huntersville area, Cornelius area, Denver area, Mountain Island Lake. So I'd say it's about 70-30. No matter where you go, you're going to be very happy in Charlotte. Charlotte is a great place to live, whether it's north, whether it's south, we will figure it out. And again, it comes down to everyone's lifestyle. So the most important thing is, don't listen to me. When you come visit, we'll go north, we'll go south, and we'll find you the best place for you. Depends on what you're looking for, depends what you need for your family, depends what your goals are. Are you looking for a luxury home, looking to build a custom home, looking for a new home, looking for resale? Anywhere in the Charlotte metropolitan area, whether it's north, whether it's south. And if you think that I can get you to the next best part of your life, please feel free to contact me. My contact information is down below for that free guide that I promised you, which is going to help you with north and south. Get that free guide. The link is down below, free community guide. Click on that, get that for free. It's invaluable information. I thank you so much for watching, and until next time.